What's the point of art? In his book titled The Creative Arts, music producer Rick Rubin writes about how art helps us feel less alone by making visible thoughts and feelings that are usually too dark to share. Reading that quote for the first time reminded me of art pieces I'd seen that felt like they could be described in a better sense, not through words, but through a feeling that they evoked when you experience them. And I feel like that's a feeling that many people have, especially towards their favorite art pieces that exist out there in the world. Personally, I believe that art is man's attempt at copying the natural world or God's creation, whichever you want to call it. Just like a kid might learn by mimicking their parents, we mimic the universe through the art we make, whether it be drawing, painting, sculpting, writing, acting, storytelling, or whatever else act of creativity you can think of. You might have heard the saying that good artists copy and great artists steal. So that just exemplifies how the basis of all art is really just redoing what already exists and putting a new twist to it, putting a new form to it. A good comparison I thought of is that all artists are working on copying the same base work, but all from different angles and with different tools. From that perspective, maybe art is meant to be a part of the universe re-experiencing itself in new ways over and over again. So even though all that can be true, I still feel like the real purpose of art has to be a multi-layered concept that's also personal to each and every single individual artist. So let's dive right into that.
If I was writing The Guns of the Navarone, all right, and then right at the beginning of writing it or in the middle of writing it, I break up with my girlfriend who I'm like madly in love with, and then my heart is shattered, all right, that's got to work into it. Now, the story is still about a bunch of commandos going to blow up a couple of cannons, all right? But that pain that I'm feeling has got to find its way into this story, or else, what am I doing?
So on the personal level, arts can be more like an outlet as well. So the same way that water needs to exit its container to release pressure sometimes, art needs to exit the artist basically for the same reason as well. For many, the art-making process is similar to therapy or a very in-depth conversation with the parts of ourselves that we decide to bring forward. Sometimes they're wild, engaging, and memorable conversations, and sometimes it's just something that you can't wait to be over with so you can move on to better things, basically. One isn't necessarily better than the other. After all, they both serve their purpose as an outlet for the artist's feelings, which drove the creation of that art piece in the first place. So one of the points of art is that self-regulation that artists need as the same thing that makes them want to make art. Their emotionality is the same thing that when left unchecked can and will likely ruin their lives. This book passage perfectly encapsulates this feeling actually.
One of the reasons so many great artists die of overdoses early in their lives is because they're using drugs to numb a very painful existence. The reason it's painful is the reason they become artists in the first place. Their incredible sensitivity. If you see tremendous beauty or tremendous pain where other people see little or nothing at all, you're confronted with big feelings all the time. These emotions can be confusing and overwhelming. When those around you don't see what you see and feel what you feel, this can lead to a sense of isolation and a general feeling of not belonging, of otherness. These charged emotions, powerful when expressed in the work, are the same dark clouds that beg to be numb to allow sleep or to get out of bed and face the day in the morning. It's a blessing and a curse.
On the community level, the purpose of art is, in my opinion, to push forward the society and its ideas. Artists, especially those highly in tune with their emotions and the world around them, have a way of making art that impacts all of society one way or another. Look at George Orwell's books, Kanye West's music, Leonardo da Vinci's art, or even Tarantino's movies. Heartfelt, passionate art always stirs up the same feelings or very similar feelings in anyone who consumes it. So perhaps the purpose of art is to share those feelings and actually feel each other through them. So if you're watching this part of the video right now, then I'm going to assume that you enjoyed it somehow. So I'm going to invite you to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. This one was probably one of my, actually literally my favorite video that I've got to work on so far. I'm really proud of this one, so I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And if you're watching this right now, then I probably already started working on my next one, so there's that to look forward to. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.